Many an unsuspecting cat parent has fallen victim to the dreaded tummy trap. The setup is familiar enough. You walk innocently into a room. Your kitty flops over onto their side, looking all sweet and adorable, and rolls over onto their back to show you that soft, fluffy belly, looking at you pleadingly as if desperate for a belly rub. But when you reach down to feel that fluff, disaster strikes, or more specifically, your cat strikes, with their claws or possibly their teeth. The majority of cats do not react well to having their belly rubbed, although some cats will, with time, get to trust their cat parents enough that they can tolerate having their underside touched. Just about. And you will get the odd outlier kitty who genuinely enjoys it. Most of the time, you're better off staying away from the whole area. But why is this? Does your cat take joy in tricking you? Do they want to cause you pain? Or are they actually racked with indecision, wanting a tummy rub, but then changing their minds at the very last moment and swatting you away? Or is it something you're doing wrong as a cat parent? In this video, we're going to look at why cats don't enjoy belly rubs, why they insist on showing us their tummies despite that fact, and what you as a cat parent should be doing instead. But before we dive in, why not subscribe and join our feline loving community for more videos on how to understand your cat? Why does my cat roll over if they don't want their belly rubbed? When a cat rolls over, it's somewhat natural for a human to think that they're asking for a tummy rub. And not just because that fluffy tummy looks so tempting. Humans have a tendency to think of their cats as little humans who can't use language, and a lot of human body language relies on initiating touch. You hold out your hand. You're expecting a handshake. You hold open your arms. You're offering a hug. You lean your head towards somebody's mouth. You're initiating a kiss. These gestures will, of course, differ from culture to culture, but no matter what culture they come from, humans are always very touchy-feely animals. As such, it can be hard for us to remember that cats aren't actually that touchy-feely. Cats will groom each other, play together, and sometimes rub against other cats in their social group to exchange scents. But if you happen to be the lucky cat parent of more than one kitty, you'll notice that most positive interaction between adult cats extends solely to sitting reasonably close to one another without fighting. As such, your cat doesn't interpret rolling over to put their belly on display as a signal that they want their tummy rubbed. After all, if they did that in front of another cat, it's unlikely that the other cat would start licking their stomach. Instead, they view a voluntarily exposed belly as a way of saying, "I trust that you're not trying to fight me." When cats fight with prey, toys, or each other, they'll often resort to a move called the bunny kick, a deceptively cute name for a potentially deadly move. This is when your cat uses their powerful back legs to kick into the stomach of their opponent. When done in play fighting, where claws are retracted and punches are generally pulled, this can still be enough to knock their playmate off them. When done in a serious fight, this can result in serious injury or even death. Because humans walk upright, our torsos, where we keep our most vital organs, are constantly exposed to attack. This is an evolutionary risk we've chosen to take in exchange for the benefits of bipedalism. However, even we tend to cover these areas with clothing and will often put our hands up to protect them in a fight. For a four-legged animal like a cat, the only time their underside will be exposed is either when they're nursing, if female, if they're in a fight with another kitty, or if they're splayed out and relaxed. Your cat shows you their belly as a sign that you're somebody they know they can relax around. Why do they hate having their tummies rubbed? Even if your cat isn't actually angling for a tummy rub when they roll over, why do they react so badly when one comes their way? After all, dogs love to have their bellies petted. Why wouldn't cats be the same? Well, remember what we said about cats exposing their bellies to demonstrate that they trust us not to attack their vital organs. Imagine how it looks to them when you respond by immediately reaching down with your hand in a clawing motion. But that's not the only reason why your kitty may not enjoy having their tummy touched. Your cat's belly is very sensitive compared to the rest of their body. It's covered in a thinner layer of fur, and they're less used to being touched there. As a result, your kitty may find it genuinely uncomfortable to be petted there, even if they know you mean well by it. Some cats can even find the sensation painful. Finally, your cat scratching or biting you when you go to touch their belly may not actually be a sign that they're not enjoying themselves, as strange as that may sound to human ears. Remember what we said about play fighting? Cats, especially juvenile cats and kittens, play by pretending to kill each other. For feral cats or wild felines who don't have owners to feed and protect them, this allows them to practice the moves that they may one day need to use when dispatching prey, defending themselves against predators, or fighting with other cats in a safe, low-stakes environment. What this means is that when your cat shows you their belly, and you respond, however well-meaningly, in the way that a predator or angry other cat might, there's a chance that your kitty will think that you're trying to initiate a play session. Like we said above, cats tend to pull their punches when playing with each other. Kittens in the nest quickly learn what hurts and what doesn't, and how to ensure that they're not playing too rough. Unfortunately for you, however, they only learn what hurts and what doesn't hurt other cats. Other cats who have thick layers of fur to protect their delicate skin from teeth and claws. As a human, you have significantly lower pain boundaries, and as such, your cat's idea of a playful swipe may be your idea of a painful scratch. What should you do instead? As we said at the beginning, some cats do enjoy belly rubs. These cats have learned, through long exposure to humans that they love and trust, that a human reaching for their tummy doesn't mean that that human is trying to attack. Humans are just weird that way. They've also been able to get used to the sensation enough that the sensitivity doesn't bother them anymore, and they're able to just sit back and enjoy the pets. These cats are in the minority, however, so you shouldn't assume that your kitty is one of them. Most cats will never learn to enjoy being petted on their bellies. Cats also tend to dislike being stroked on their legs and paws. This is partially because it's another sensitive area. Cats actually have whiskers on their front legs, which provide them with the ability to not only sense when their legs are being touched, but also to sense when the air around their legs is being moved. As such, having that area petted by a human can be a bit of a sensory overload. Having somebody much larger putting their hands all over their legs and feet also means that if something dangerous were to happen, your kitty couldn't run away, which can make many cats anxious. The tail is another area to generally stay away from. Your cat's tail is connected directly to their spine, meaning that having it pulled too hard can cause damage not just to the tail itself, but also to the nerves that connect it to the spinal cord. Nerves that also control the muscles that allow your kitty to hold it in when they need to use the litter box. Because of this, many victims of so-called tail pull injuries end up incontinent. Your cat no doubt knows that you would never pull their tail, but they're still rightfully protective of it. So, where can you pet your cat? Well, the best places for most kitties are the top of the head and along the back. The base of the spine, just before the tail, is an especially good petting spot for most cats. Your cat will often arch their back into your touch if you pet them there, which shows that they're enjoying the experience. Many cats also like being scratched at the base of, not on, the ears and along their throat. These are areas that are hard for our kitties to reach themselves, so they'll always appreciate a helping hand from a friendly human. For more information about how to understand your kitty, check out this video on signs that your cat sees you as their mom or dad.